Prayer by the chaplain.
Would you pray with me? Dear Father in heaven, despite the differences of our backgrounds, perspectives, and experiences, we share a common assignment to do what is best for the people of our state. And so we look to you for discernment in doing today's work. You alone know all the ways a decision made here will impact possibly millions of people. So please grant wisdom to each representative. May they honor both their constituents and their Creator. You know the personal challenges of each individual in this room, in health, family, finances, many areas. Please give them strength to handle those things with grace, as they also carry out public responsibilities. As some members abstain from food during the day, may we all abstain from pride and unkindness. As others prepare to celebrate Passover, remind us that you still have the desire and power to show us the best way through difficult situations. As Christians have their Holy Week, may we all be inspired by the example of the one who laid down his life to benefit others. May we live and go about our work in humility before you. We invite you to do for us what you promised in Psalm 32. I will instruct you and guide you in the way you should go. I will counsel you and keep my eyes upon you. You know how much we need that. Help us to remember it too. May we be willing to lean on you and learn from you. I ask this in the name of my Savior and Lord. Amen. Thank you.
The chaplain for today is Pastor Dale Christensen from Crane Community Chapel in Austin, Minnesota. Pledge of Allegiance. Please remain standing and recite the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The clerk will take the roll. We're going only. Will the clerk please call the names of the members who are voting remotely?
Pryor.
Pryor present.
Pryor, present. Vang.
Here you go. Vang present.
Vang, present.
The clerk will close the roll. A quorum is present. The clerk will read the journal of the preceding day.
Journal of the House, 93rd Session, 2023, 43rd day, St. Paul, Minnesota, Thursday, March 30th, 2023.
If there is no objection, further reading of the journal will be dispensed with, and the journal will be approved as corrected by the chief clerk. Hearing no objection, the journal is approved as corrected by the chief clerk. Members, take your conversations off the House floor and into the alcoves or retiring rooms. Reports of standing committees and divisions. A copy of this order of business is on your desk and online. If there is no objection, the reports will be adopted. Hearing no objection, the reports are adopted. Introduction of bills. The following House files have been offered for introduction today. The chief clerk will report the House files and give them their first reading.
Introduction and first reading of House Files 3184 through 3199.
First reading House Files 3184 through 3199. Messages from the Senate.
Message from the Senate, Madam Speaker. I hereby announce the passage by the Senate of the following Senate file herewith transmitted. Senate file number 1213. The message is signed Thomas S. Boddern, Secretary of the Senate.
First reading of Senate files.
First reading of Senate file number 1213, an act relating to labor. Walgamot move that Senate file number 1213 and House file number 1161, now on the general register, be referred to the chief clerk for comparison. Hearing no objection, so ordered.
Hearing no objection, so ordered. Calendar for the day. The first bill on the calendar for the day is House File 1581. The clerk will report the bill.
House file number 1581, number 1 on the calendar for the day, an act relating to legislative enactments, the first engrossment.
Members, please take your conversations off of the House floor and into the alcoves or the retiring rooms so that we can conduct the business of the House. I recognize the author of the bill, the member from Ramsey, Representative Becker-Finn, to explain House File 1581.
Thank you, Speaker. This is the reviser's technical correction bill. It's correcting erroneous, obsolete, and omitted text and removing redundant, conflicting, and superseded provisions. Would ask for your support, and we'll take an extra 10 seconds to thank the reviser's office for all they do for us.
There are no amendments at the desk. The clerk will give the bill its third reading.
Third reading, House file number 1581.
Third reading. Discussion to House File 1581. I recognize the author of the bill, the member from Ramsey, Representative Becker-Finn.
Thank you, Speaker. Members, please vote green.
There being no further discussion, the clerk will take the roll on House File 1581. Will the clerk please call the names of members who are voting remotely?
Pryor.
Pryor, aye.
Pryor votes aye. Vang.
Vang, aye.
Vang votes aye.
The clerk will close the roll. There being 123 ayes and 0 nays, the bill is passed and its title agreed to. The next bill on the calendar for the day is Senate File 1816. The clerk will report the bill.
Senate File number 1816, number 2 on the calendar for the day, an act relating to state government, the first engrossment.
I recognize the member from Hennepin, the author of the bill, Representative Klevorn, to explain Senate File 1816.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today's bill is about the Office of Administrative Hearings. They are required by law to receive and hear complaints alleging violations of certain campaign practices and allegations regarding the Data Practices Act. The volume of complaints varies from year to year. For example, in the last year, they may have had 25 complaints. This year, in the first quarter alone, they have received more than 25 newly filed data practices and more than 33 new campaign cases. They anticipate that they will need to spend over 800 judicial hours for data practices and campaign matters to be completed in 2023. This money will go a long way to protect the due process rights of Minnesotans. I ask for your support. Thank you.
There are no amendments at the desk. The clerk will give the bill its third reading.
Third reading, Senate File number 1816.
Third reading. Further discussion to Senate File 1816. I recognize the member from Carver, Representative Nash.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, this is a fine bill. OAH does provide a good service for us, and I would say they have a very consistent strike zone. And this is just a reaction to an overwhelming number of filings that they've had. There's nothing to vote no against. Thank you.
Further discussion to Senate File 1816. I recognize the author of the bill, the member from Hennepin, Representative Klevorn.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is an opportunity for everybody to light up the board in a total green vote. Thank you. Please vote green.
The clerk will take the roll on Senate File 1816. Will the clerk please call the names of the members who are voting remotely?
Pryor.
Pryor, aye.
Pryor votes aye. Vang.
Vang, aye.
Vang votes aye.
The clerk will close the roll. There being 121 ayes and 2 nays, the bill is passed and its title agreed to. Consent calendar. The first bill on the consent calendar is House File 1418. The clerk will report the bill.
1418.
excuse me, is 1486. The clerk will report the bill.
House File number 1486, number 2 on the consent calendar for the day, an act relating to human services, the first engrossment.
I recognize the author of the bill, the member from Blue Earth, Representative Frederick, to explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. House File 1486 is a work that started about 3 years ago under the leadership of Chair Fisher in partnership with my colleagues across the aisle, Representative Baker. And this bill seeks to do about 4 different things. The first provision is it's all in the substance use disorder world. In the first provision in the bill kind of is trying to attack the workforce and allowing more people to get into the field. Once a student finishes their internship in this SUD space, if they want to continue working at that same place under the same supervision, they can continue to do so in a full paid position, while they are waiting to receive their licensure. So it provides a 90-day window where they can act as a full LADC for that license to come in. The second provision establishes HIV training and allows the different facilities to kind of customize that training based on their needs. Third provision allows more facilities to offer withdrawal management system programs. And the final, Section 4, allows the providers to make updates in the clinical records within a 24-hour period versus mandating that it has to be that same day. And that's everything, Mr. Speaker.
Is there any further discussion? I recognize the member from Candy, Ojai, Representative Baker.
Mr. Speaker and members, I just want to thank Representative Frederick for this. This is a great workforce assistance bill that our friends at March have been working on for a number of years. Again, I fully support this. Please help their workforce do a better job and be there more supportive for the folks who need our help the most. So, members, I hope that we light it up green. Thank you very much, and fully support this. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, the clerk will give the bill its third reading.
Third reading, House File number 1486.
Third reading. Any further discussion? Seeing none, the clerk will take the roll. Will the clerk please call the names of the members who are voting remotely?
Pryor.
Go ahead.
Pryor, aye.
Pryor votes aye. Vang.
Vang, aye.
Vang votes aye.
The clerk will close the roll. There being 123 ayes and 0 nays, the bill is passed and its title agreed to. The next bill on the consent calendar is House File 1182. The clerk will report the bill.
House File number 1182, number 1 on the calendar for the day, an act relating to public safety.
I recognize the author of the bill, the member from Sherburne, Representative Novotny, to explain House File 1182.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. 1182 is a simple technical change to the use of deadly force statute 609.066. As part of the public safety revisions that were done in the summer of 2020, language was added that indicated that the language can be articulated with specificity by the law enforcement officer. As a result of court decisions, the following words were struck down by the court by the law enforcement officer. This bill, 1182, simply strikes the 5 words that were part of that language to make it conform with the court decision, so that when we go to future use of force trainings, that the statutes and the court decisions are in alignment. I'd like to thank Public Safety Chair Moeller for being the co-author on this bill with me, and I would recommend a green vote.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the clerk will give the bill its third reading.
Third reading, House File number 1182.
Third reading. Any further discussion of House File 1182? Seeing none, the clerk will take the roll. Will the clerk please call the names of the members who are voting remotely?
Pryor.
Pryor, aye.
Pryor votes aye. Vang.
Vang, aye.
Vang votes aye.
The clerk will close the roll. There being 124 ayes and 0 nays, the bill is passed and its title agreed to. Motions and resolutions. There are copies of the non-controversial motions at the House desk and online. If there is no objection, we will take action on these motions first. Hearing no objections, the motions prevail. Announcements. I recognize the member from St. Louis, Representative Olson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ways and Means will be meeting approximately at 6 p.m. in room 200, and thank you to all of the members of the Ways and Means team who heard several different meeting times and was trying to roll with it. Thank you, lead for the day, Nash, but we will be meeting at 6 p.m. in room 200.
Any further announcements? I recognize the member from Hennepin, the Majority Leader, Representative Long.
Mr. Speaker, I move that when the House adjourns today, it adjourns until 10:10 a.m. Tuesday, April 4th, 2023.
Representative Long moves that when the House adjourns today, it adjourns until 10:10 a.m. Tuesday, April 4th, 2023. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, please say no. The motion prevails. Representative Long.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the House do now adjourn.
Representative Long moves that the House do now adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed, please say no. The motion prevails and the House stands adjourned until 10:10 a.m. Tuesday, April 4th, 2023.